Hello everybody and welcome back to the FPL Phillips YouTube channel and welcome back to the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire FPL series. We've already done one of these episodes with Ross or FPL Raptor, which went down an absolute treat and a lot of you seemed to enjoy it. So I thought we'd do another episode and we'll go even bigger with the guest in terms of numbers on subscribers, I suppose. So we've got Let's Talk FPL or Andy on, which is an absolute honour for me to have him on my channel. He's an up-and-coming creator, so make sure you go and check him out because he's not got enough subscribers. So I'll leave a link to his channel down below in the description. But yeah, he's here today to take on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire to try and earn some money for charity. So thank you for coming on, Andy, and well, how are you doing today, I guess?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it. Something a little bit different in the FPL content kind of coverage. And yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice little thing to go off to in the international break, I suppose. We've got the time for it, which is nice. But yeah, we'll get into things, and obviously all the funds and money you earned from today's video will be going to charity, which Andy has selected. So do you want to tell us a bit about the charity that you've chosen today?
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have guessed that this is what I would have gone for. And I feel like when you live... sorry, not live... Well, I do live on it. But when you work on social media, you always feel like you've got to caveat everything. I know there's loads of good charities out there, cancer research, mental health, etc. I'm going to choose Cats Protection, specifically Weston-super-Mare. And the reason for it is that's where I grew up. And my mum has done work for that charity for like, I don't know, 20 plus years, I would say. For as long as I can remember, she's always done work for that charity. Plus other stuff as well. So I thought we'd support that. So that's what I'm going to go with.
Well, that's great, yeah. And very, very well chosen charity. And yeah, hopefully we can earn them some decent money today. So do you want to get into things?
Let's do it.
Okay then, let's get into things with the £1 question. Of course, we've got the same rules as last time. The money goes up as the questions get harder. We've got the 3 lifelines today, so you've got 2 50-50s to use, Andy, when you want to. And we've also got the phone a friend. So Andy's got some people in his phone book who hopefully will pick up, and he can call them and ask on them of their own FPL knowledge if he needs help with a certain question. But we'll kick things off with the £1 one, and what I want you to tell me, Andy, is... Now, this one... It's quite a little bit hard to word, but I think you'll get the gist of what I'm meaning with this question. It's how many goals need to be conceded to cause a -1 points deduction for defenders and goalkeepers in FPL? And the options are 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, or 4 goals.
I can't imagine what this is like when you're on TV, because obviously I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I'm still like kind of panicking a little bit. But I'm going to go for 2 goals for -1 point. So
I won't keep you waiting. You're right with that one. I can imagine it's pretty stressful. I mean, even with Ross last time, I could tell it's a nerve-wracking thing. But yeah, you're absolutely right with that one. We won't mess around and we'll move into the £2 question. And this question is, how many total bonus points are traditionally handed out for 1 game in FPL? And your options for this one are A, 6, B, 8, C, 10, or D, 12.
Yeah, I'll go A, 6. 3, 2,
and you're right again. So we have tried to make the question a little bit easier. Feel free to add suspense if you want to, mate. No, it's okay. We'll get to the harder ones in just a bit. But yeah, £2 definitely earned there. Of course, 3, 2, 1 traditionally handed out in terms of bonus points. So we'll move on to the £3 question then. And the following question is, which of these midfielders did not start the 23-24 season priced at 6.5 million? So casting your knowledge a little bit back to the start of the year, maybe you might have not owned some of these players. And your options are A, McAllister, B, Diaby, C, Pascal Gross, or D, Miguel Almiron.
Oh, interesting. I was expecting to hear like Eze and Matoma, and I was thinking that would be easy. Diaby definitely was 6.5. Almiron, I think Gross was as well, because I think he was the same price as March and Matoma. There's a lot of talk about that he might be on penalties, and so that might make him just as good as those two. So I think he was. Who were the other two? Almiron and McAllister.
Yeah, Almiron and McAllister.
I don't think Liverpool have got any 6.5, so I'm going to say McAllister, I think. I don't know what Almiron is, so I'm just assuming. So yeah, I'm going to go McAllister, final answer.
Final answer. You're correct again, mate. £3 earned. I thought, yeah, if I give you those other 6.5 ones, you would have absolutely breezed it again. So I made it a little bit trickier, but you definitely know. 6.0 he started at. But yeah, not many people owned him, so I suppose, well, not many people who I suppose on Twitter owned him. But yeah, 6.0 million was what he started at. So we'll move on to question 4 now, and one that casts your knowledge to recall a few seasons ago, where Kevin De Bruyne, during the double game week 36 of the 21-22 season, scored his famous 30-point haul. In that game week, he scored 4 goals in a single match, but what I want you to tell me is which team did he score those 4 goals against? Now, I'll read the options, even if you just know it off the top of your head. The options are A, Southampton, B, Norwich, C, Watford, or D, Wolves.
This last season, was it? Was it the season before?
The 21-22, so it was the season before, but very towards the end of it.
I was going to say, it couldn't have been Norwich last year. I don't think Norwich weren't in the league last year, were they? Or am I about to look like an idiot? Maybe they were, I can't remember. Norwich, Wolves, who were the other 2?
Southampton and Watford.
Yeah, I think it's Wolves, because I kind of remember lots of people maybe not necessarily settling, but not going for him because they didn't think he was going to be that great, and then to bang in 4 goals, I feel like he was quite low owned. So yeah, I go Wolves, final answer.
And you're making this look easy, mate. You've got the right answer there as well. Wolves is the correct one. Yeah, I owned him during that, so I've got a bit of a bias. I think I'm always putting him in questions because of that reason, just as an excuse to bring it up.
Week, don't you? Andy
I think I know exactly who else. Yes, doesn't shut up about it. But yeah, we've got that in common. But I think he's the only person to go on about it more than me. But no, yeah, famous haul, and triple captain that week, wasn't it? Earning you 90 points. But we'll move on to the £5 question. And so this is to earn you £5, which will lock in with the lifeline. And so the question is, behind Haaland and Kane, who were top last year, who was the 3rd highest scoring forward of the 22-23 season? And this is in terms of goals scored, not FPL points scored. And your options are A, Ollie Watkins, B, Ivan Toney, C, Callum Wilson, or D, Alexander Mitrovic.
Oh man, see now if it was points, I think this would be a lot easier, because I'm pretty sure points is Ivan Toney. Now does that mean he also scored the most goals? He was very consistent last year. I remember for ages he was like keeping up with Kane, or very close to Harry Kane, like in the first half of the season, but then Watkins came back and absolutely smashed it in the second half, and Mitrovic also did great in the first half, I think. Who was the 4th one? Mitrovic, Toney, Watkins,
Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think Wilson. I don't. Is this the one where if I lose, it just goes zeros out?
Well, hopefully you won't get this one wrong.
Okay.
But no, I'd give you the money if you got this one wrong. But yeah,
I don't want to use the lifeline just yet, and I feel like 50-50 probably won't help me, because I feel like it could be Wilson, Watkins, or Mitrovic, but I feel like Toney got the most points. I think he got 3rd most points anyway, and he doesn't get a huge amount of assists, so I feel like he's had to have scored a lot of goals, and he didn't get banned until quite late in the, or suspended, whatever the official term is. So yeah, I'm going to go Ivan Toney and not use the lifeline just yet. Final answer.
It is the correct answer.
Oh my god,
I won't hold you in
suspense. Ridiculously nerve-wracking, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, hopefully people playing along are keeping up. But yeah, he's shooting your way through. £5 that is earned, and you're kind of on from this point, so you definitely won't be earning less than that today. But we have got the £7.50 question coming up next. This question is going to be, casting your mind back even further really, what is the name of the chip that the free hit became a replacement for? What was the chip that pre-existed before the free hit known as? And it's A, Limitless, B, All Out Attack, C, Plan B, or D, Double Captain.
Yeah, this one feels easier than the last question actually. It's one that I think sometimes we wish would come back in certain weeks, and it's All Out Attack. Even though I would love Limitless in FPL, but yeah, All Out Attack, final answer.
Yeah, so that is the correct answer. I think people who maybe haven't been playing as FPL as long as yourself might have struggled a little bit with that one, because Limitless has existed in other fantasy football games. But yeah, All Out Attack was, I don't know why they get rid of it. It's probably be useful this season with the amount of clean sheets we've been seeing so far, not that high. But yeah, that was the chip. I wasn't playing FPL in the days where I could use an all-out attack, I don't think. But yeah, well done, mate. You've made me look too easy. Maybe that should have been a earlier question for you in this. But we'll move on to the £10 question then and see how you fare with that one. And the question is, who has scored the most points as a goalkeeper in a single season of FPL? And your options for this one are Emi Martinez, Nick Pope, Alisson, or Friedel.
Oh, this is getting tough. I feel like this is just like the show where I don't want to tell you the two that I'm thinking before saying I want a 50-50. Because I
might help you out though. The random computer, I should say, that randomizes it might help you out by removing the two answers that you don't know. So
no, that's what I mean though. You know, like on TV, people think that if you start talking about the answers, they're the ones that will always stay. Like if you're between two, and I'm between two, so I'm going to take 50-50, and then I'll go from there.
The 50-50's removed Nick Pope and Alisson.
Yeah. So Friedel and Martinez are the two I was between. I feel like Brad Friedel. Maybe did he have the record for a long time and then lose it, or did he just?
You have got a phone a friend and another. Well, I suppose the other 50-50 would just get you through if you wanted to use it as well. But yeah. I could phone someone. Martinez who was he at before? Oh, he's at Arsenal, so it must have been at Aston Villa then. So would he have really broke the record at Aston Villa? Surely not. I don't want to use the phone a friend just now. That's the problem. I don't want to use another 50-50. I don't want to cheat either. I'll use that on a different question. I'm gonna lock in Brad Friedel final answer, because that was the one when you first read out the names that I thought it was anyway, and then you kind of threw me a little bit with Martinez. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Friedel. Well, I'm relieved to say that you have got through there. 187 points you scored in the 02-03 season, so massive. Well, obviously before pretty much anyone was playing FPL, but Emi Martinez scored 186, so he was 1 point off it.
Was that for
in
Villa?
The 2021 season for Villa? Yeah.
Wow, I knew fair enough. I didn't realise it was that close. Okay.
So yeah, very, very close, and yeah, probably by far the toughest question so far, really. But we'll move on to the £20 question then, and this is the point that Ross got to. He earned this, and you've only used one lifeline so far, so shooting through it. This one also kind of casts your mind back to the 2021 season, where Stuart Dallas was one of the most famous FPL players of that year. He scored 171 points, but from which price did he start as a defender? It's either 4 million, 4.5 million, 5 million, or 5.5 million.
I had him that season for a lot of that season. I seem to remember Man United maybe beating Leeds like 5 or 6-1 maybe, and he scored a goal in that game. He came off my bench. Maybe the score wasn't quite that high. But it must have been 4 or 4.5, I think. I mean, that was what, 2 seasons ago. FPL have slowly been dropping the prices in general. I feel like if this was 5-6 years back, he would have been 5. Surely, I don't think he started that high. Was he 4 million? I don't want to. I feel like I can get through this without a lifeline, but then you just look like an idiot if you get it wrong and you've still got 2
Again,
lifelines.
The 50-50 may help you this time. Yeah.
If it is, yeah. Is it actually random, or have you? No, it's just going to be 4 and 4.5.
I'm choosing it, but I kind of stiffed you last time, so I'd probably give you the answer this time.
No. Let me. I feel like it's 4.5. I don't think any Leeds. I think there was a season when Christensen came in at 5, and he was a lead. And I thought that's crazy. You can't have a Leeds defender more than 5. And I feel like we didn't have like this year. We got so many 4 million defenders, but I don't feel like we had that back then, apart from maybe Lundstrom. I don't even know if that was that season or the season before. I'm gonna go 4.5. I think. Yeah, final answer 4.5.
Final answer. You're correct. It was 4.5. So I was kind of trying to bait you into saying 4 million with that one, because he is kind of thrown into that bracket, the Lundstroms and the Wan-Bissakas and stuff like that. So yeah, very good knowledge there. And you're £20 in with 2 lifelines remaining. So it's going to be very interesting moving into these next few questions. So we'll move into the £35 question then, Andy, and the following is your question. Which of the following players was a highly triple captain player when they scored -1 points? And your options for this one are A. Leroy Sané, B. Shane Duffy, C. Sadio Mane, or D. Emmanuel Dennis.
Okay. So what? So one of them is okay. Scored -1. The rest haven't. I feel like Shane Duffy would be the obvious one because he's a defender, right? And we've already done a question on minus points. And I triple captain him. I was one of those people, and I'm sure anyone that's only just started playing the game is wondering why the hell you would captain Shane Duffy in a double game week. But there were reasons for it, right? That's why we went for it. But I feel like he didn't minus. I just don't think he returned anything. Like maybe he got like 2 points or something, or like 1 point. Do
you remember the double game week?
He had 2 really good. I don't remember like the game week or the season, but he had 2 really good home fixtures. And I think for whatever reason, like a lot of people already used. Or sorry, there was no other week to kind of use your triple captain, something like that. That's the kind of scenario I've got in my head anyway. But I don't think he got minus. I don't think they conceded that many goals. I just don't think he returned. That's why it was so well remembered. Mane definitely didn't get minus points, but I know he went off for 1 point in the first half of the first game at the double because I triple captained him instead of Salah or something like that. And I feel like Sané did the same thing. I'm sure he also only got 1 point, but I don't really remember Emmanuel Dennis getting minus point unless he was sent off. I guess maybe that happened. And just I'm wondering when do I call? I think I just don't. I'm kind of going backwards. I don't think it was Duffy or Mane. I feel like I captained both of them. I don't remember minus. And I know Sané got a low score, but I think it was also 1. I think there was like a thing, like a running thing, Sané, Mane, like names that kind of sound the same would only get 1 point. So I feel like by process of elimination, it's probably Emmanuel Dennis. So I'm assuming he got sent off, but I don't really remember. I mean, there was a season when we were captaining Dennis and King, right? So yeah,
I feel like someone you call might know this.
They might, but I kind of want to save it. I'm trying to save it, but then I guess if you save it too long, then you just get it wrong.
You might get to you might go out and end up back at the lifeline. Well, the £50 lifeline is, or the safety net is coming up. So
yeah, see, but maybe now you're trying to push me to phone a friend because you think I've got it wrong with Emmanuel Dennis. But did Shane Duffy get minus points? I don't think he did. I think I'd remember that. I definitely triple captained him. Mane got 1. I'm sure he went off injured. And then Sané also 1. So Emmanuel Dennis must have got sent off. I feel like I captained King, not Dennis. But King didn't do anything either, apart from not get minus points. I'm gonna use the phone a friend on the next one probably. I'm gonna try and save it. One more. I do want to use it, okay. So I hope I don't get this wrong. I want to call Luke Raz. I'm gonna say Emmanuel Dennis got sent off, final answer, and hope I'm correct.
You are correct, and you're working out basically is spot on as well. So yeah, Sané didn't actually get injured, but he was benched for the first of the 2 in the double, and then didn't get many minutes in the second game. Mane did, as you said, get injured in the first few minutes of Liverpool's double game week. Duffy, I think it was against Cardiff and some other team, but they lost like 4-0 or something in the first one, and then he got 0, and then only got 1 point in the second game. So he ended on 1. And Dennis, which is the most recent one, who I think probably the people in your phone might have even the triple captain themselves, did actually get sent off in the first of Watford's 2 games. So he was obviously suspended for the second one and ended on -1 point. But yeah, good choice to save the lifelines there, mate.
Yeah,
and we will move on.
I'm not wearing my Apple Watch. I feel like if I was, my heart would be absolutely racing right now. But
my heart's going just being here.
Yeah, I feel like now I've said it. Now we've gone past that question. I feel like it's quite obvious. Like you said, it was the most recent, but I feel like Duffy kind of, and I couldn't remember Sané, so I don't think I triple captained him. So yeah, good question that.
Well, you're up to £35, so you're doing very, very well. A lot of money already earned for your charity, and also the 2 lifelines left, of course. And so we'll move on to the next question, which is going to be a little bit more outside the box one that you might either just know off the top of your head or struggle with. And it's, who is the only player who has been classified in each and every outfield position in FPL? So across all their seasons in FPL, they've been listed at some point as all of a defender, a midfielder, and a forward. And your options for this one are Gareth Bale, Mikel Antonio, Ashley Young, or Bukayo Saka.
Okay, there was another name. I think I was hoping. I'm sure there's like Patterson or someone that used to play for Cardiff or something like that. Maybe I was kind of had him in my head that maybe he was a defender or something that played up front at times. Those names, I think I'm going to have to 50-50 or phone a friend. I don't think it's Saka. I think he did play as a left back and a left wing back at times, especially early on. But I don't think he was ever listed there. And then you got, who was it? Bale, Ashley Young,
and Antonio.
Yeah, I don't think it's Ashley Young either. I don't think he would have ever been listed as a forward. But the other two, I mean, Antonio's definitely been a midfielder and a forward. And I'm sure he used to play wing back, but did he ever get listed as a defender? Or was he kind of reverse out of position, where he was a midfielder, but he played as a defender? Gareth Bale was definitely a left back. And I'm sure he was listed as a defender. And obviously then he went on to be... He was definitely a midfielder as well. But did he ever get put as a forward? So I feel like it's... Yeah, so basically I'm pretty sure Bale has been a defender and a midfielder. I'm not sure if he's been a forward. I'm pretty sure Antonio has been a forward and a midfielder. But I don't know if he's been a defender. So I'm going to use 50-50, and then if I get Antonio and Bale, which is fine, I'm going to call someone, I think.
Okay, well, you haven't got Antonio and Bale. You've got Bale and Ashley Young.
And it's defender, midfielder, forward.
It is.
Ashley Young. So Bale and Young. Bale has definitely been... I mean, Ashley Young's definitely been a defender. He's a defender right now, I think. He must have been a midfielder. He can't have been a forward. But was Bale ever a forward? I mean, never... I can't...
Yeah, I've got the option to walk away with the £35 if you want to.
Well, I've got to call someone first, at least. For sure, on this, before I walk away. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be Bale. But I'm not sure I'm confident. I just can't think... Did he ever play number 9 regularly enough for Spurs to be listed as a forward? Maybe he did. Like, when would have Ashley Young been a forward? I don't think he... I'm going to call someone. And I feel like they're going to say, that's really obvious. It's obviously Gareth Bale. But... I kind of want to... Do you know what I mean? When you've used a lifeline, you don't want to use another lifeline on the same question. I almost want to try and get through it and use it on the next one. Ashley Young cannot have been a forward. Surely. I'm looking for hints. Defender, midfielder, Bale, defender. I mean, he was definitely a defender, right? Everyone knows that's where he started in his career. And he didn't win a game for ages when he played, like 30 games or something. Definitely midfielder.
If you get to the £50, remember you've got the free shot at 75 because you'll have that locked in no matter what. So yeah. it is worth using a lifeline probably if you're not sure.
Yeah,
it's quite a hard one to be sure at.
I just can't imagine Ashley Young was ever listed as a forward. Like that was one of the ones I was fairly confident on. Like Bale versus Antonio was a bit more difficult. I'm gonna lock in Gareth Bale final answer. I'm gonna try and save the phone a friend a little bit longer, especially as I've just used 50-50. Yeah, go on.
It's the wrong answer.
Ashley Young was a forward.
Ashley Young was a forward when he was first listed at Aston Villa.
Oh my days.
He then moved to midfielder and then defender.
Oh, I can't believe it. I should have called. Now I don't even get to call anyone.
You forget to call anyone.
Oh, I'm gutted. I'm gutted now. I'm going to message them in a minute and I'm going to say who was listed as a defender, midfielder and forward. They're going to reply straight away with Ashley Young. I can't believe it.
It's a difficult question. I saw it on All About FPL, I think. I tweeted about it a few months ago. But yeah, it shocked me so much too. It was a very difficult one. And you know what? Just so... You know, I'm feeling spirited. No one cares at this point in the video. We're going to give you... one more shot at getting the £50 so we can use the phone a friend.
Okay, I'll definitely use it this time. Unless I 100% know it, I'll definitely use it. I can't...
And if you get it right, you've earned the £50 and then we'll call it that. So hopefully we can get that for the charity.
Okay. I'm absolutely gutted at that. I'm gutted.
It's all good. Right, I'll pick the question now. Okay, so the one to one for £50 that you know you can phone someone with. We've got, who was the highest scoring player in the first ever FPL season? And the options are Henry, Van Nistelrooy, Michael Owen, or Alan Shearer.
Oh my day, yeah, okay. This would have been handy to have 50-50 on, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, my instinct is Henry, but we'll use the phone a friend. I'll try and call someone now. We might have to edit this a bit.
Much later.
Who was the highest scoring player in FPL in the first ever season? Thierry Henry, Michael Owen, Ruud van Nistelrooy, or Alan Shearer? First ever season.
First ever season.
I guess you've got 30 seconds. We'll make it 30 seconds. So yeah, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Michael Owen.
Michael Owen.
I thought it might be Thierry Henry, but I think he joined midway, didn't he? So that's what I can't remember if he joined halfway through the season. So I'm gonna go Michael Owen.
All right. Do you know what? I'm just gonna go with your answer because you've been playing a long time. So I'm gonna go with your answer. I thought Henry just because Henry scores a lot of points.
Yeah, that's what initially came to my mind. But did he not join halfway through the season for Arsenal?
Yeah, maybe. But was that the first ever FPL season? When was the first season? Like 2020, 2001, 2002?
That's the bit I don't know. Yeah, sorry mate, should have rang someone who knows more.
Well, you knew Ashley Young. Alright, cheers for answering.
Okay.
I'll speak to you later on.
See you later, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. That's put a spanner in the works.
Yeah, because I know like Henry's got loads of seasons where he's like scored really well. Like he must be one of the best forwards to ever have, played FPL. I mean, Van Nistelrooy obviously scored a lot of goals as well. I mean, they all did, right? That's why they're all in the question.
Well, some of it, yeah. I mean, I don't want to give you any hints
Yeah,
because
no,
I don't
that's
want to
fair,
sway you
that's
to
fair.
or from.
I can't. To be honest, I can't quite remember when FPL launched. Like, I'm thinking it was early 2000s, but maybe it's.
I can tell you the season. I'll tell you the season.
Was it 2001?
It was 0203.
Oh, 0203.
And this player was the highest scorer for both the first two seasons.
Okay. Then that. I mean, Michael Owen was amazing. I mean, what? He was 18 in 1998 against Argentina, so 5 years later he's 23. I mean, by that point, was he already injured and on the decline? I don't know. I don't think it's Shearer then, because... I mean, Shearer was great. I feel like he was mostly in the 90s. The thing is now, because he got Ashley Young right, if I go against him and he's right, I'm going to look like an idiot twice in one video. I'm sweating, I think. It's probably not. It'll probably end up being Ruud van Nistelrooy. I mean, Arsenal were pretty good around then. Did Henry join before that? I feel like he might have done. I'm going to go Thierry Henry, and I'm going to back against Luke. And if Luke's got it right, I'm going to look like a right idiot. Thierry Henry, final answer.
It's locked in. And you were right to listen to yourself, because that is the correct answer. Yeah, he was the highest scoring player in both the 02-03 and the 03-04 season. So, that was Henry's era, really. Absolutely destroying the Premier League, tearing it up. Kind of the obvious one, which is probably why you're double guessing after the last question.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, that's £50 earned for your charity, mate. And we will end things there today on that positive note. So, yeah, do you want to remind us which charity it's going towards?
Yeah, like I said, Cats Protection. I mean, you can go and, if you want to go and donate, obviously do it to any of them. They're all over the country in the UK, but specifically Weston-super-Mare, because that's where Mum does loads of work, and she's obviously volunteer. It's all unpaid, and she's been doing that for, I would say, 20 plus years at this point. So that's what I'm going for. And also, thank you, Eddie, for giving me another chance, even though you absolutely didn't have to do that. And obviously, I'll match it as well. So, yeah, thanks a lot for that.
No, we're good spirit here. We'll put a screenshot up on screen. I'll pay mine and put it on screen for all of you guys. And the website for whoever wants to go and donate yourself, the link will be down below in the description, so you can go and check it out. Thank you for coming on, Andy, once again. Can you say you enjoyed it, or was it too stressful?
No, I definitely enjoyed it. It's nice to do something different, to be honest. Like, international break, I kind of like taking a break from videos, just like, the regular stuff. So, it was nice to come on and do something different. I'm definitely hotter than I was before we started, though. It's
Me too. I'm getting my fan on as soon as we finish. Yeah. But, yeah, Absolute pleasure having you on the channel. Thank you for coming on and earning some good money for charity. So yeah, we'll wrap things up here. Hopefully we can do another one of these videos in this series, maybe in a next international break, which seems to be coming up a bit too soon for my liking. But if you want someone, one of your favourite creators maybe on, then make sure to drop a comment down below and let us know who it is that you want to see on next. Andy, do you have anyone who you want to see on the series?
Get Luke on, who I just called. He's been playing FPL for a long time, great knowledge. He'd be good, yeah. Get Luke on.
Yeah, that would be good actually, because I think I keep stiffing people with questions that are from before they started playing FPL. So someone who's been playing a long time, it would definitely be hard to write questions that I think they wouldn't know. But yeah, that would be very interesting. If you have your own suggestions, make sure to drop them down below in the comments. We'll let you all get on with the rest of your days. Thank you very much for tuning in once more. Thanks once again for Andy coming on. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.